Local leaders working to help fired federal workers. What's this about, Cave Dwellers?
Federal agencies have left thousands of people without jobs, and now some local leaders are stepping in to try to help. CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand has the latest.
Lindsay, we're starting to see this trend nationwide of leaders in red and blue states launching initiatives and resource guides online to try to help impacted federal workers. And it's also happening at the local level. Our CBS affiliate WUSA attended the standing room only town hall for federal employees in Arlington Tuesday night, aimed at informing them of resources available and information about their legal rights, with more federal layoffs expected. This was held by Arlington County Democrats. But at the state level, Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin, a Trump ally, is in a tricky spot given the large concentration of federal employees in his state, estimated at around 145,000. That's why his state this week launched a Virginia.
Oh, he's in Virginia. There's a lot of headquarters. I think the FBI headquarters, Quantico, there's a lot of, damn, he got a problem on his hand.
Has Jobs Initiative aimed at connecting laid-off federal workers with job openings in the state through an online database listing both public and private sector jobs. The state estimates it has around 250,000 openings. I spoke to Virginia's Employment Commissioner, Demetrius Mellis, about the effort.
Certainly when someone loses their job, it is an anxiety-provoking situation, fully something that we understand, and our staff here actually trained to deal with that and be empathetic and understanding. But the important thing that we focus on is then to transition, ensure how do we provide them those services to stabilize their situation and to allow them to return to something new and an opportunity to gain gainful employment so that they can provide for themselves, their family, and essentially contribute to the larger economy.
Mellis's office is also helping federal workers navigate eligibility for unemployment claims at the state level. And next week, the state is holding a virtual job fair on March 5th. And it's not just Virginia. In Maryland, another state with a high concentration of federal workers, they've also put a bunch of resources online. Out west, Colorado's governor has done the same, and local jurisdictions like Ogden, Utah, home to one of the largest IRS processing centers in the country. That community has seen dozens of layoffs last week. Community city leaders there say they are trying to connect those highly skilled, specialized workers with local opportunities. And in speaking to people in some of these impacted communities, they are concerned about the economic ripple effects that could still be to come.
Yeah, they're definitely, you got to try to see both sides. Like, the federal government was not efficient, right? So if you have a company, America is a company, a business, corporation almost, not almost it is, but you have these workers who are not efficient, and you just see your company hemorrhaging money, billions, trillions yearly. Like, you have to do something to stop the bleeding, and it's not going to be pretty. But it's like, do you slowly stop the bleeding over 10 years, or you just snap it in the butt, pull a Band-Aid off? And then you don't even know, because he got 4 years and another president come in, they might just say stop it. So he kind of want to get it done now and just hurry up, and hopefully these local resources could really help these people. It's not their fault the government was not effective or inefficient and just hemorrhaging money, and these people were, some of them, a lot of them is not fault. They're their fault. Some of them been there for years and just, like any job, probably was just sitting there doing a day-to-day, like, whatever, 9 to 5, and not really getting that much done. And especially the IRS, it's hard for Americans to have sympathy for the IRS, because it's like, what do? You audit Americans and say, yes, you ain't give me enough of your money. I don't think you gave us this money. What about this? Like, this is a scary thing. The IRS, they're not the police, they're not this law enforcement agency, but yet people scared of them. And I can't ever wrap my mind around, America is founded on no taxation without representation. And to have a thing that then you have a tax put in that's taxing the people, and they're damn near like a king, like, give us what you owe, give it. and then they're not even doing what they're supposed to do with the money. Then they go off and like they collect the money from us. Like, you better give it to us or we're gonna put you in jail. And then once they collect it, we damn near can't tell them what to do with it. They're giving money to Israel, to the Ukraine, to this and that. They're not fixing the streets, the roads, the school system, the education. Like, nothing is being fixed. But yet they making sure they're collecting this money, and we see them getting rich. The politicians are getting rich. You wasn't supposed to ever really get rich as a politician. It was meant for you to have a different job, kind of like Trump. You have something, you be successful in something else, and then you come here and, you know what, I want to serve my country. I want to do something good. But these people are becoming career politicians. Some of them had no job ever but being a politician. Oh, yeah, I had a little job at 16, 15. Then when I was 18, I went to college, and then boom, I went right into politics with my dad. Like, they making it a family thing now. Like, you can't have that in government. Otherwise, it create nepotism, and then people, I work with your father, and then he's like, yeah, son, we work with them. We've been giving them this, and they be sneaking money through this. And you got the Nancy Pelosi's getting rich off the stock market because she's like a genius, right? Or she fucking insider trading, really. But it's not the people's fault, and it's gonna affect the local economy, basically, especially in places like Virginia, which houses a lot of these federal jobs. Like they said, I didn't know Utah. But they got the biggest IRS thing, probably because nobody could find their ass, or they ain't going to come to Utah. If they were located in another major city, somebody probably would have burned the IRS building down. But, like, what do you specialize in? I guess, like, financial, forensic accounting, or who knows what they do. Like, I don't know. But hopefully these people can find a job, reintegrate inside. Like, we're good at being analysts or finding stuff in research, or I don't know, but they just got to do it. But you got to look at it as from both sides. Like, you almost can't help it. This thing is going to happen. Now, hopefully we can help them. They can get unemployment. They were laid off. It could be like a special. If you were a federal worker and you get this unemployment for this long, we're going to help you find this and different resources. Because if we're saving money, because we cut those jobs, then the federal government should be able to help these people find other means of employment. It's not their fault that the politicians were greedy and just built these mega 3-letter agencies, and they're doing bad. CIA, IRS, FBI. And it's like, these people just been big and bad for too long. And it creates an environment of people not doing stuff, and then people can't get done, and you can't even call the IRS. You can't speak to none of these agencies, but yet they have control over our lives. So I feel I get both sides. I get Trump, and we got to drain the swamp. And I get these people like, damn, what are we going to do now? It's a terrible thing, but we're going to get through it. We're Americans, and we help each other. So hopefully they're going to get through it. Federal government going to help them. The state's going to help them like they say they're doing. And we'll get through this. What y'all think, Cave Dwellers? Am I right? Am I wrong? Is something I'm not seeing? Let me know.